It's final practice time in Jeddah for all of the AC40 teams competing in the Preliminary Regatta in Saudi Arabia. Some of the teams have already had an eventful start shaking off the cobwebs, but as we all know, practice makes perfect. Well, for some.
Well, when we came down to the last three cities for the whole America's Cup, Jeddah was one of them, Malaga and ultimately Barcelona. And I really at that stage just thought it wasn't quite time, we weren't quite ready. But I always knew that in saying no, that we weren't going to come here, that we'd probably have a regatta here.
We've obviously reviewed a lot of how we were sailing the boat and how the other teams were sailing their boats, because it was the first time you actually got good quality footage of all the teams sailing. And so we've done a lot of review and got a few things we definitely want to try. We actually haven't sailed the One Design boat since Villanova, so we've seen the other teams have been here training a fair bit the last couple of weeks, and so we've got a bit of catch up to do. But we're pretty confident. We know we need to make some improvements to go one better, and I'm looking forward to the challenge. There's no question everyone's going to be better at this event than they were at the first one. As always, when you sail around on your own all the time, you kind of sail the way that you think you should sail the boat, and as soon as you start sailing and racing other teams, you get to see interpretations on how you can sail this boat. And so we're expecting the fleet to be significantly closer. One thing's for sure is that if you get good, consistent, stable wind, the boats go very even speeds, and so starting's going to be very critical, and that first upwind, managing your lane and not getting tacked on. I think we got tacked on a couple of times in Villanova on that final day, and it's just incredibly difficult to find a bit of fresh air to attack again. So we had a lot of focus on the starting, and that'll be a lot of, I think everyone's focus in the warm-up days here is all the practice starts, so you get your timing and positioning correct, because as we saw, if you get off the start line in good shape and you're ahead at the first cross, the only way to really lose it from there is boat ending errors. Well, we're definitely here to go one better. We're here to win this event. It's been it was disappointing, obviously, not to win the last one. So, we're here to keep improving our sailing, racing and communication skills, but we feel like we have the skills on board and the support around us to win the event, and I think everyone would say the same thing. They're here to win, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's incredibly exciting to be building up to our second AC Preliminary Regatta. It's obviously a new venue for everyone, one that no one's raced at, so it's all going to be about learning the conditions, getting used to it. We've arrived pretty late compared to some of the teams, so we're definitely trying to make that transition pretty quick. Yeah, I think it was a real shame in the last Preliminary Regatta in Villanova to not get that opportunity to race the finale. Our whole obviously strategy going through was to make sure we got through, and then it's want to take all from there. So yeah, it was a real shame not to get that opportunity, but this week we'll be going out with that same philosophy of just trying to get as many points on the board as we can. Yeah, I think the racing's going to go up another level. It felt like in that last event, a few of us had little edges in certain conditions, but I'm pretty sure that'll all be equalised. Everyone's been putting a whole heap of training in, building up to this event. So yeah, the racing's going to be at a really, really high level.
I would never have expected, feeling so connected. It must have been our destiny, and now I know I'll never let this ever end in somewhere other than next to me, 'cause time stood still right there.
Yeah, it's really exciting to be here in Saudi, sailing on the Red Sea for the first time for many of us, and yeah, a completely new audience. Different culture, and great to see sports becoming more of the culture here in Saudi Arabia. And we've seen just across the river here, we can see the sailing club and youngsters getting out on the water for the first time. So as I said, that growth of sailing in this part of the world, it's good to see. I think you've seen a massive investment in sports from Saudi Arabia, and sailing in the America's Cup is one of many that are starting to try and make their mark here. Of course, big investment in that, but as we've seen around the world, sports has just the ability to really transform cultures and give particularly young people a chance. So, why not here? Yeah, well, it really was a disappointing opening event for us in Villanova. We went away from that certainly looking at what went wrong, and the answer to that is it's not just one thing in particular. There are many aspects to that poor performance. We've worked really hard at trying to identify those and rectify those. Hopefully we'll have made some big steps forwards for this event, but we'll see. Well, certainly if you look back to Villanova, there were some standout performances really from Team New Zealand and American Magic in particular. Somewhat perhaps not a surprise given their approach to the AC40s and the development of the AC40 class, but they really performed well. So I'm sure all of the teams behind them will have gone away thinking, well, okay, what are they doing that we're not? And certainly that was the case for us. And yeah, so I'd expect to see the performance range across the fleet probably tighten up. I'd still expect to see the Kiwis and the Americans at the front of the fleet, but hopefully teams like ourselves can bridge that gap somewhat and create some tighter racing.
I think it's going to be really, really good racing actually. We've done 3 days sailing here so far, quite light wind, but today another training day and breezes up, and yeah, I think it's going to be a real good spectacle. Yeah, it's certainly something that we don't want to happen again. Yeah, Villanova didn't go very well for us at all, and we'll certainly be looking forward from that and not dwelling on the disappointment from that event quite so much. But yeah, we've had a good few more days in this boat over the past few months. It's, as ever, it's a bit of a balancing act between the AC40 program and the testing program. But yeah, I think we're certainly in a much better place for Jeddah. I think certainly if the wind speeds up that little, maybe it only needs to be up a knot or so from what we saw in Villanova, and I think the racing will be super tight. It'll come down to fine margins. I think Villanova really highlighted that marginal end, and how really small differences made huge differences around the racecourse in terms of lap times. So yeah, I think if the forecast plays ball here and everyone's comfortably foiling, I think it's going to be super close, super tight racing.
This is a new venue for sailing in general. I'm excited. The venue looks nice. We got wind, it's warm, and yeah, it's somewhere new for me to sail. I've never been here before, which is pretty rare now in the sailing circuit, but I think it's exciting. Everyone here is really amped up and we're all ready to roll. Yeah, we're quite a new young team, and we haven't raced together much. We've done one event. Fortunately, it was successful in Villanova, but this is the last time we'll race as a team before the America's Cup next year. So for us, it's about sort of building that camaraderie, the teamwork, and yeah, essentially going into battle against these other teams and feeling that pressure. So we're excited to do that. Win, lose or draw, we're going to learn a lot from it. But yeah, hopefully we have a good result here also. It'll be a lot tougher. Obviously, we finished Villanova and on a high, but we actually haven't sailed the boat once in one design mode since then. A lot of the other teams, especially the teams who didn't have a great event, really focused hard on it, have been training a lot. You've got the British, the French, the Lingy, who have been putting in a lot of hours, and today will be our first day back in that mode. So I expect to see the results shuffle up a bit, but hopefully we can stay near the top. Yeah, I think we're quietly confident that we're building something amazing here. I think every team probably has that feeling, but yeah, I definitely feel like we're really starting on that path of building a really strong team. Yeah, I'd love to say that we're going to clean up and walk away with it, but we just never know. But I think every time we hit the water, we've got a good shot of winning. I've always had that mentality, and I believe in this team, and I believe that we can beat them if we sail our best.
Well, there was a lot of prep time leading into the regatta in Villanova in the boats. We had spent the better part of 3 months two-boat racing, and here we've done very little preparation for the actual event in the AC40. We've been doing a lot of 75 sailing. At the end of October, the team took a reasonably healthy break in time to let everybody recharge, and so, I think we have a good warm-up here. We have 3 days of preparation, and then we have 3 days of racing, and really, I think we have to set our sights on the last couple days. It's not necessarily how we're going to start this thing, but it'll be how we finish it. And I think when we reflect on our performance in Villanova, it was truly from as much as anything, it was a one-day regatta, and the guys sailed well on that one day, and we went into that day in 5th place. So, I don't think we can read too much into that, but each opportunity is an opportunity for us to build and get better as a team.
Well, we are here with the new crew. We have Ruggero and Marco on the helm, and Vito and Umberto on the flight control and trimming. It was part of the plan since the beginning to do the first event with Jimmy and Keiko and the second one with Ruggi and Marco. I think it's an opportunity for us as a team, and it's a pleasure to see those guys sailing together because we are talking about the new generation of the Italian sailing. Even if Ruggi won already a gold medal, he's probably going to go for another one in the next Olympic Games. So I'm really looking forward to see them in action.
I am really excited to do this regatta, even with Ruggi and all the other guys that are super strong. But we have trained a lot, so I'm not scared. I just want to race.
We'll see how it goes. Everyone can win the races and win the regatta, so it's going to be a great fight on the water.
I think that the team is really on it. I think we did well on the simulator in Barcelona because we only have one AC40. So regarding the logistics, we were unable to sail and train on the real boat. But yeah, on the simulator, we did a lot of start situation and try also to refine the coordination between crews. And yeah, I really think we are ready, and we improve a lot on our boat handling and how to reach the targets after the tacks and the jibes. And I'm quite impatient to compete here in Jeddah and race between the others.
It's an interesting one because obviously since Villanova we haven't had much time to sail this boat, but we've had a lot of time to think about how we'd approach things differently. And today, it was a great opportunity for us to practice a few more starts against the fleet. It was good breeze. It was a little bit light, like 10 knot average on the J2s, and the boats obviously performed nicely in that. And we feel relatively polished in the handling of the boat now, which is good, sort of picking up where we left off. And a lot of our focus today was just on precision, trying to get good communication in the starts, trying to execute those well. You would have saw we messed up the first one, but that's what practice racing is for.
I was walking by the ocean, feeling all emotion when she came right up next to me.
Today we really enjoyed the day. It was pretty light. Line-up were difficult because, as you know, there are all the best sailors of the world, so it's difficult to find a good spot where to send your boat. But I think today we managed to do, of course, our best, and it was not going so bad, so we are pretty happy with the day.
I got caught up in the moment, felt like we were frozen, like it was literally meant to be. The time stood still right there.
I think it's going to be very, very close. I mean, you can see from the finishing orders that anyone can do well in races, and equally, it's very easy to have a shocker. It's just a little mistake, and you're off the foil, and suddenly you're out the back.
I think it was pretty nice to have today the practice race with 3 races. For us, it was quite a successful day. We were very happy with our speed and where to handle the boats. So we are a bit more confident for tomorrow and the next day racing.
We are pretty confident. We are we had really good starts today. We are confident in our speeds, and we have to maybe find the right balance between risk and these things, and also remove all the technical issues as we lost. We had hydraulic issues, so it's gonna be these are the key points for tomorrow to re-race and change, and it's gonna be a good day for us tomorrow. I think, pretty sure.
Yeah, I think we're definitely ready to go. I think we have some left in the tank. I think we've been really focused on sailing Patriot or AC75 the last couple months, and I feel like a lot of the teams have been really focused on sailing the AC40 and trying to really prepare for this event. So I think maybe we're not quite as prepared as we could be, but I think that's fine because we're going to continue to improve through the event, and I think we have all the tools to get a good start tomorrow, and we just have to execute on them.
It's a great place, the people are great, the sailing conditions, as everyone's seen now, are perfect. Things happen, and it's the future, and they've got very much a culture of promoting the sport to youth. The academy behind us puts through 40 children a day, 2,000 so far, and they've got a waiting list of 2 years, and they've got a fleet of boats to teach them. So, does that mean that yachting's going to, grow massively in Saudi Arabia? I'm not sure, but certainly they're putting their best foot forward and promoting a sport for the youth, of which 60% are under 34 years old, of a sport that we love.
I think if you take it back to when Saudi Arabia joined World Sailing, and kind of what their mission is, and what they're trying to set out to do, and to really build the sport of sailing in this part of the world. They've certainly started at the top, and yet when you walk into the JYC and you see the junior sailors starting to learn the sport of sailing and starting to build from the grassroots, because that's truly what will help facilitate and perpetuate the sport in the region. It's great to see both sides of the sport being represented.
Staring a photo. Don't forget the way you look me in the eyes. And I keep you in my heart, and my heart is where you are. I still think of you, I want you coming back. I remember when we were staring a photo. Don't forget the way you look me in the eyes. And I keep you in my heart, and my heart is where you are. I still think of you, I want
our goal as the Saudi Sailing Federation is mainly to increase participation and increase awareness, especially that sailing is for everyone, all different ages, different genders, all different groups. We really want to increase that awareness to inspire people, and especially that it has so many wide ranges of benefits for the individual or as a group. It has a whole education system on its own, whether it's teaching you, life skills, how to make a quick decision while you're in the water, how to work as a team on a crew, learning about the physics, the ocean, the tides, Mother Nature, the winds, all of that. Like, there's so many different wide ranges of benefits. And of course, sustainability and the impact on the environment. It just has so many benefits and something for everyone. Saudi Arabia has a long coastline of beautiful waters, warm weather, great conditions, year-long, beautiful, lagoons and coral reefs, and it has a lot to offer, and especially for sailing. Having the America's Cup here, I think, is really important to inspire the upcoming generations of what they can be, what they can be a part of, and what we can aspire to be in the world of sailing. It's super exciting, and I can't wait.
The kids absolutely love it out there. It's great to see as soon as you get them on the water, they change completely. Just massive smiles on their faces. So happy to be out there, whether it is sailing or whether it's just splashing around in the water. It's all good fun. And you even see a lot of the locals that are walking around. They absolutely love just to stop and watch it. And hopefully it shows that we're getting people out on the water, and then we can hopefully get everyone that is watching around the outside, get them to the academy and get them involved as well. I think the goal of the academy is just basically get as many people as we can involved in sailing and water sports, and just getting everyone out on the water, including everyone. So everyone from different ages, all shapes and sizes, all the rest of it. So just get everyone out on the water and just try and include everyone basically at any point of their sailing career, starting at the beginning or starting if you've done it 20 years ago, come back and give it another go, and yeah, getting everyone out there.
I remember when we were staring photo.
90%, if not 99% of Saudis don't know much about sailing, have not experienced it firsthand. To see this kind of level of sailing is going to be amazing. It's going to spike the interest of young sailors, of adult sailors.
Epic. Pretty mad. Full on. Exhilarating. Intense. Scary.
Moist.
Choppy. Breeze on, big waves, good fun.
It's just brilliant. A great event, nice and windy.
Awesome.
Awesome.